Greetings, Gator fans. I'm Brian Montgomery, joined today by the head coach of the Allegheny tennis program, Jared Luteran, as we preview the 2014-15 Allegheny tennis squad. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, man.
So let's start with the men's team. Looking at the fall, the squad played a slew of talented squads, including a pair of Division II teams. Your normal trip out to Overland for the Overland Invite. Just kind of looking at that fall schedule, leading off with a really tough perennial national power in Carnegie Mellon. How do you feel that the team responded to that tough schedule in the fall?
Yeah, we had a tough fall. Luckily, we ended well with a good win over John Carroll. We were probably the most disappointed with our loss to Mercyhurst, another Division II school, but I think we've had 8 or 9 straight wins over them. So we may have overlooked that match a little bit, but it was humbling and it woke everybody up, and we rebounded well with a good win over John Carroll. But it's always good to get the fall started with good teams like that to get us ready for the spring and give them something to work for in the offseason.
And then looking at the transition from last year to this year, you lose a couple of seniors to graduation, but you bring back really a strong core of returners, led by a good squad of rising seniors playing their final year for the Gators this season. Just kind of looking at that leadership role, how has that affected the team as you head into the spring?
Well, we definitely lost some significant seniors last year, especially with losing Pat Cole, who set every record here at the school. So it's impossible to say, well, we're going to be the same team as we were without the guy that set all of our records. But our returners, I think, were excited. They were excited to be in that role to step up and prove to other teams that we can still survive, we can still win, we can still compete with everybody without the guy that held all the records on our team.
After losing some seniors after last year, it's more non-conference matches in the fall, so it's more of a good, just judging where we are, whose best players are we play with in doubles and all, so it's good looking forward to this spring.
We lost 4 seniors last spring, so the fall season was a real indicator about how guys would step up, and guys stepped up great. At the Overland Invitation, Kenyon Invitation, a lot of guys were put in positions where they weren't in last spring, and they stepped up and did great, and really did a great precursor going into the fall captains practices and definitely into spring training.
Sam and Alex, our 2 senior captains, have proven why they were voted captains. They're in 3 days a week hitting with me on their own, volunteering every morning or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, coming in and hitting with me. And that's what leaders do. They set the example for the rest of their teammates, and now some of the other guys are coming in and hitting a lot more out of practice with us, which is great to see.
For you, you've had a couple of weeks inside. You've had some chances to get the team back up to where you want them to be at the end of the preseason. Kind of how has that come along? How's the indoor preseason going for the team?
We're excited to play a match. We're excited to play somebody that doesn't have Allegheny on the shirt. We've been in here for a while. It's been a rough winter for everybody, so we're excited to get go play on some tennis courts and play against another school that, like I said, it's not our teammates. And
I think we're getting better every day. I mean, we get to gain chemistry with people. It's tough being in here every day and not being able to go outside, but I think we're making the most of it.
And then, so looking at the entire spring schedule in general, another absolutely difficult schedule in the spring, you're facing a bunch of NCAC teams you're going to meet later on in Gambier, Ohio for this year's NCAC tournament, along with a couple of non-conference opponents that you normally play. Just kind of overall looking at the team, looking at everything that's going into it right now in the fall, where do you expect the Gators to be at the end of the year, and what are your expectations?
Obviously we want to be competing in the middle of the pack. We want to be at the top of the pack. But realistically, those schools are so tough that we just want to be able to show that we can compete with them. I mean, if we play a Kenyon or DePaul and we lose, we're not going to be, we're not going to beat ourselves up over it. But we want to show that we can compete with them.
Well, from a team aspect, our goal is always going to be to be in top 3 in the conference, which is tough with Denison, DePaul, and Kenyon up there. But last year we lost a heartbreaker to Denison in the conference tournament to get 4th place. So that's our goal again, is to be top 3, and I think we can do that this year. We've got freshmen stepping up, and we've got a lot of veteran leadership in our seniors, Dan Conroy and Alex. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a test. That sprint at the end is going to be tough, but it's a testament to how much fitness we're putting in right now.
And that. Last year we were within a point of beating Denison, and that showed a lot of teams in our conference what we were capable of. And we were literally inches away from beating one of the top teams in the conference. So we're right there, and as long as we finish the match knowing that we played as hard as we could, we're not going to beat ourselves up over it, because it is a tough conference. We know every match is going to be tough.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for talking to us. Be sure to check out the other portion of our interview previewing the women's tennis team here on AlleghenyGators.com.